Now we go over to our next speaker, a really well-known person in the area from informatic, Professor Dr. René Hüsler. Great welcome to you, René. Thank you that you are here, and now it's your time. Please.
Okay, thank you very much for the introduction. I think it's a very, let's say, it's an honor to speak here in front of all of you, not in physics, but online. And I'm very pleased that I can give you a short overview, actually, of what happened in the past, the present, and future in information technology and computer science, and also give you a short introduction or insight what can be actually achieved in collaboration with our university and what can be done in this field. When you look actually at the development of the societies, then actually we started in the hunting society, which is got by the beginning of the birth of the human beings, and then we see that every major change in society also made some really restructuring of the whole, let's say, of the people and all that infrastructure, how they work together, how they lived and all that infrastructure, and all this work together. And we see that we are now actually again at the verge of one of these big changes. We see that from the information society, where we see a lot of that we have these knowledge products and a lot of information that can be collected, there will be assembled and stuff like that, that we now see that we can make much more out of all this information with artificial intelligence, with all these cyber physical systems and all these different aspects that actually form this super smart society, which is a term actually that was formed by the Japanese government. I think they really see that this interconnection with all these information sources and also the products that actually use the information, how this can be combined, that really are moving to a new society. And this new society actually will have a lot of other opportunities, but also I think that not only advantages, but also disadvantages, that actually that we see that we really have to be careful how all these activities, how these evolve in this new society. And when we see actually, when we go to the technology and all these digitization ideas, then we see that this year is definitely a big boost in digitization that can be that we haven't seen in the future. When you see actually the digitization is a big wave, and the question is, where are you standing at the wave? Do you surf the wave, or will you be surfed by the wave, or are you even under the wave? And I think the wave is moving. It moved quite faster during the last half year, but we see that right now we also have to reflect what happened. We have to be very careful and see what is actually usable, what actually benefits, what is beneficial for the humans, and what is only, let's say, a nice feature or a nice tool. Because all these digitization effects or the activities that have been and will be done in the future, really they only have just one goal, and they really have to support the humans in their life being, what they do to keep them health and all that activities. And right now we see a lot of activities that form them all together. And when we see this wave, actually this comes, it rolls already, we're full in, and this goes forward. And when we see actually what happened in the future, then we see it took much more time until a new technology was really used and in the broad masses used. When you see in 2003, there were first activities with connectivity and mobility, and it took some time. 2015, this virtualization and IoT came. IoT now is 2020 is a big hype, but I will come to that just in a minute. And we see actually what will be the next big thing is not yet. It's not yet here, but we definitely will see that quite fast. That means that the times will shorten and it will come to us much faster. So we see that these activities, and also we don't really see very new activities, but we see now is the technology increase, these developments that have been taken in the last few years that really see that things are rolling much faster right now. And for example, when you look at artificial intelligence, then we see that this idea started in the 50s. And in the 50s, we had just early adaptations from what can be done with artificial intelligence. And then we had the first AI winter. That means in the 70s, 80s, it was quite quiet around artificial intelligence. And then the new ideas, the technology, the infrastructure was faster, the computers were more powerful. Then the ideas of machine learning, which are already have been developed in the future and in the past could actually be used. And then we had these first neural networks where we had this first machine learning aspects, and then this begins really to flourish. And then again in 2000 there was the big bubble that busted, but also machine learning, artificial intelligence also was quite silent around this. And then the 2010s really see that this deep learning, that means a new aspect of artificial intelligence came, and this gave them additional push. That means then these activities went quite faster again. And now we see that right now in almost every product, there is some idea or some functionality that uses in any form artificial intelligence. And that means also that we see in other aspects that this development will be faster and faster. When you think also at this cloud computing, 30 years ago, the term there was the mainframe, because there we were connected to a mainframe. Everything worked there, and we just had a thin client at the edge. When you think with this cloud computing, it's almost something in the same direction. It's much more powerful than a mainframe system, much distributed. It has different aspects, but in general, it's only that I use some computing power or resources that are somewhere else, not at my side. I think there we see that these activities, they come and go, and some of them are really meant to stay and not move again. When you look actually also what are then the real technology trends, and then you see there are a lot of companies that also give a foresight what will be the next technology trends for the decade or for the next year. For example, Gartner does this every year. They say which are the top 10 strategic trends for every year. And also other companies really make a list with these different activities that are going on, or where we see that which technologies have the biggest potential for the future. And there we see that actually these are very closely connected also to the mega trends where the society moves to actually help cover, or let's say cope with these mega trends, or adapt to these different needs. And there we really see that there are a lot of activities that are right now going on, and at the end there will be the masses that decide which are the ones that actually will stay and bring us a value, or really have some benefit for our activities. I think there we see a lot of activities, and we as the University of Applied Science are really trying to stay in front of this somehow, or not a trendsetter, but actually see what's coming, and also supporting then the companies with the different activities to speed them up in these new technologies, to really give them a boost towards these new technologies and help them use them in their products or in their processes. I think this is really our main aspect or main interest of bringing the industry, the society really for one step forward. And when we see what we're doing, then we're really having also bachelor and master programs which focus directly on these different activities. I think artificial intelligence and machine learning really is a hot topic, and also information and cybersecurity. These are really activities apart from the traditional information technology and business information technology are really study programs where we see that the people that actually finish the program are really soaked up by the market very easily. I think there really we could increase also the number of students from close to around 500 in 2016 now to more than 1,000 students. And I think this is really, we can provide some information to us, some support actually to work on this workforce and really have the people that really can bring a part into them forward, really bring the industry forward and place the canton of Zug, for example, but also Switzerland have this workforce that really can go forward. When you see also in research and services there also, I think they really have this close. We don't do any basic research, but we have around these topics really try to bring this topic to the industry, have some basic ideas and bring them really forward. There, I really like to mention that in the field of artificial intelligence, we also have a group of about 25 people who really work in that field, and we see, especially for education and training, we see a big potential in augmented and virtual reality, and we're currently setting up a showroom, a system, a laboratory where we really can have a really low entrance level experience with these activities. I think they really try to bring all this information together and make a package that is really beneficial for the people that come to us. And also what we're doing is not only this bachelor and master programs, we also have continuous execution education. It means that people already are in their profession very strongly and either try to even go deeper in a certain topic or move into a new topic. Then we really have these different aspects where we really can have education programs which last, let's say, from 1 to 2 days up to 2-year programs, which are in parallel to your professional, in parallel to your work. Yeah. And here you see a small list actually of the most popular programs, and there you see actually there we have a broad variety of activities which are only on one side from let's say from bringing new topics to manage on one side, or really dig very deep into the technology. I think they're really what we do and how we can really bring some benefit to the people. And how this can be done, I think we really have different aspects that can work together. You can either place a semester thesis for the students, or we can do directly research projects together, either to where we can work together directly or where we bring our knowledge to the company. Or we have also a lot of, let's say, specialists here and experts that can be used also for expertise or expert opinions. And also if have some workshops together to see where a certain topic can be used in a company. But I won't go too far. And what's also a very important aspect is that we really can bring the children into use also to the information technology and computer science. And there we're doing a lot of different activities where we try to bring either robotics or programming to kids and young people. And they're really investing also quite an amount of money to really bring this idea forward. When we see also our strategy on the end also is focused on these activities. And one thing we really want to stay ahead of these different activities with where we try to be a trendsetter or have a pioneer status with new project, new activities, but also push the society forward in digitization. And there we're not only doing it for digitization, they really want to add some value and really make it that is beneficial for the users, that really it helps them ease in their life. And also that means we also engaging ourselves in communities where we try to network. And also Bert Bachmann just mentioned that we have certain aspects where we work together, where we bring our information to the companies when they come here to show them what are the opportunities and what are the possibilities, and really work with them together. And at the end, naturally, they really try to move beyond our horizon and really also have partnerships and cooperations abroad and work with them together. And actually the opportunities, I just mentioned them, is just here a list that we really can work together. And I'm not sure whether Bert Bachmann also mentioned the Innovation Park Central Switzerland, which is just close by at our location, and where we really are door to door and can work together with these companies, bring the topics in, and really have an inspiring environment to really have these different ideas that we can work together. To sum up, I think when we look at the digitization or what's going on, I think we see that the cycles are becoming shorter and shorter. But on the other hand, the systems really are getting more complex. That means we have a lot of different dependencies that have to be taken into account. Really have to look carefully at a certain aspect of the system, because everything is just inside a system which is much bigger, that really can have this close to that and really bring something to it. That means really to go forward, to really you have to be ready for change. You have to be open-minded. And when you look at the opportunities that you right now have, there are a lot of opportunities. If you have an education in computer science or information technology, then I think the world is just at your fingers. You can use almost everything. You can move everywhere virtually. You can work everywhere. I think there are a lot of opportunities that you can use. And as I just mentioned at the beginning, the wave is really moving. It's moving faster, and it's also getting higher. But I think with an education or knowledge in the field of computer science and information technology, you really can ride the wave, and you don't have to, let's say, you won't be ridden by the wave. I think that, just to sum it up, you have to use it and don't lose it. Thank you very much for your interest, and I hope I could bring you some new ideas or some new opportunities to work with us. Feel free actually to contact us whenever you wish. My email is definitely in the list, and so that we can discuss ideas and how work together. Thank you very much.
Kann der mich hören, der René?
Ja, ich höre dich.
Jetzt hörst du mich, wunderbar. Okay. René, du hast gesehen, ich komme ins Schwitzen, wenn ich in Englisch spreche, deswegen ist es mir lieber, ich spreche in Deutsch. Du kannst aber gerne in Englisch retournieren, das ist gar keine Frage. Ganz lieben Dank für deine Ausführungen. Wir sprachen darüber, und ich habe auch diese Frage bekommen, wieso haben wir nur Sprecher, und wir haben 19 an der Zahl, als Männer bei diesem Festival, und wir sprachen auch, du kannst dich erinnern, darüber, warum sind so wenig Frauen in diesem IT-Bereich, und wir beide waren uns da irgendwo einig, dass wir sagen, okay, lass uns da was überlegen, wie können wir das arrangieren, dass wir die Attraktivität eines Studienganges Informatik, ist ja ein Wolkenbegriff mittlerweile, weil da versteckt sich ja ganz viel darunter. Wie bekommt man mehr Attraktivität hinein, oder was könnt ihr von der Universität vielleicht bringen, damit wir mehr Frauen in diese Studiengänge bekommen und nicht nur diese Männerdomäne weiterhin technisch haben? Gibt es da Ideen?
Yeah, I think just increasing the win ratio within this computer science and information technology is an important issue. We're working on that on different fields. As I just mentioned, we're doing a lot with youth and children, really to bring them in. And also we're seeing that actually the percentage is increasing. It's still not, it's still around 20%, but we're trying to even move higher. But this takes some time. But what we really do is actually, we really have a big flexibility in our study programs. That means that really this can be very well organized together. Let's say if you have to look for children or having something else, you really can adapt your study very good to your, let's say, to your private needs, or your if you have to work together. I think they really do a lot. And also, when I just looked at the programs we also have a program which is called digital ideation. That means that there's a study program which is in the interface between design and computer science. This is also together with the Department of Arts, Design and Arts. And there we have, the women are almost 50% that actually are in this study program. And the more we also have women in our staff, and this is not so easy actually to find also lecturers and professors. And when we there actually can go a step further, then this will also attract more students.
Und denkst du, das ist speziell ein Bereich, der jetzt in Europa so auftritt, oder gibt es vielleicht Länder, wo vielleicht doch mehr Frauenanteil in diesem Bereich tätig sind? Ist das speziell ein Thema, was wir nur jetzt in der Dachregion so haben?
I would say it's primarily a Swiss problem, because when you go outside of Switzerland, the more to the north, then you are more than 50%. The more to the east, then you are more than 50% women in the study programs. I think it's a traditional Swiss system that actually isn't so attractive, or haven't shown in the future in the past that information technology is really also an interesting field for women, study field for women.
Also ich denke auch, dass die Studiengänge sich in Zukunft noch weiter verändern werden und ganz viele Einflüsse, auch BWL, also Rechtswissenschaften, all diese Dinge werden, denke ich, mehr und mehr durch Informatik, durch eigene Themen beschäftigt werden. Wir haben Appian dabei, die einen Low-Code-Designer praktisch darstellt, wo so eine Mischung aufkommt, wo du nicht mehr der spezielle IT-Spezialist absolut sein musst, aber da werden wir darauf später hin noch zu sprechen kommen, wenn unser Founder von Appian dabei sein wird. Mark Wilson wird später sprechen. Aber René, wie planst du die nächsten 3 bis 5 Jahre für dich als Professor und als Chef da in dieser Richtung?
Oh, I think what we really want to do is actually we just invented some new study programs. What we really want to do is actually increase the quality also, and really adapt this also to the needs actually from the industry. We are in close exchange with them actually to really bring the right people to the right places. And there we are in close exchange with them to really move forward in this direction. I think this is one of the main focus that we have, that we also, as you just said, to stay attractive for students and also for partners, for projects and stuff like that. And I think right now we're quite good on our way, but there is always room to the top.
Okay, that's fine. Wie denkst du, wird diese Krise, die wir aktuell jetzt nun weltweit haben, wie wird sich die wohl bemerkbar machen, was die Studien oder die Studenten jetzt mal angeht, weil man doch viele Studenten auch hier haben, auch in St. Gallen, die aus dem Ausland kommen. Werden die Schwierigkeiten haben wegen Ein- und Ausreise? Wie beurteilt ihr das von der Universität? Wie wird sich das vielleicht ändern hier?
I think this is definitely a problem actually for foreign students, how they can come to Switzerland. But we're in the University of AppliedScience, we really have a few, just a handful of foreign students, really more focused on the Swiss market. But really it's hard for the exchange students. I think that's an important issue, that they also get an insight in other cultures, which is then a good thing to work together. So I would say it's not good that the borders are so closed, but I'm looking forward, it's getting better in the future.
Können wir da vielleicht eine Maßnahme sehen, die in Zukunft ja wie in skandinavischen Ländern oder auch in russischen und ehemaligen russischen Ländern dieser Fernunterricht sozusagen, oder Fernuniversitäten gibt es ja auch, also wo alles online geht. Wie weit greift die Digitalisierung hier mit technischen Möglichkeiten ein, dass wir solche Studiengänge auch wirklich vielleicht bis nach Indien oder nach Pakistan oder China oder so transportieren können von Luzern aus? Ist sowas möglich, denkbar?
I think this is possible, but it's not in our focus, because we're in the University of Applied Sciences. Actually, that a very important aspect is this personal exchange, and that means actually just bringing knowledge to the people is very easy. Do this online, but working together in the projects and when really have to exchange in workshops and stuff like that to learn from the others, is right now it's much easier with physical contact, or let's say if you're close by. But I think they really will see a change, that some parts will be moved directly to online and stay there. But we also have to be careful that we don't, now everything moves to online in the spring semester, to be careful to not move everything back again. So really find the right path between online and offline activities.
Okay, jetzt haben wir ja die Situation mit den Masken beziehungsweise dann teilweise auch mit Homework. Die Studenten können dann teils ja nicht in die Universität gehen oder müssen dann irgendwie anders unterrichtet werden. Wie weit nimmt jetzt dieses Timepanel oder dieser Zeitabschnitt nach hinten, weil die Studenten ihre Abschlüsse ja nicht so machen können möglicherweise? Ist das irgendein Einfluss oder kann man das vernachlässigen?
No, our study is organized in a way that has no impact for the students.
Okay.
So their study won't be longer. No, that has no impact.
Oh, yes, that's good. It's very interesting because we have this wir haben das in Deutschland mit den Abiturienten, dass die teilweise dann nicht wissen, können sie Abitur machen oder nicht oder müssen sie es nach hinten verschieben. Und das gibt natürlich dann einen Knick in dem ganzen Zeitabschnitt der Karriereplanung, was nach hinten raus dann geht. Das ist, denke ich, schwer zu handeln. Ja. Okay. Wie gehst du, ich mache jetzt wenn du mir die erlaubst, die Frage, du musst nicht antworten, aber vielleicht gibst du mir einen Tipp oder vielleicht unseren Zuschauern auch einen Tipp. Wie gehst du mental mit dieser Situation, die wir aktuell haben, um? Wie handelst du das für dich? Wie bleibst du positiv in Spirit und hoffnungsvoll in der Zukunft?
I think what is really a positive aspect is actually how the people really are engaged in these activities. They're doing a lot. They're working a lot actually to make it happen. That the students can study normally, have all that activities, and really can look forward. I think this really gives me also additional power, because when I see how our staff is engaged and all around try to really do their best, I think that is very positive.
That is the best drivers. That is great.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a present. I will send it to you because we will see us soon, I think, and I will give them this book. This is from Dr. Daniele Ganser, because you know him. I think he's really popular here, and I will bring it personally for you with masks. With safety.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming and that you have time for us here.
Have a nice day. Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.